Hello, children. Good afternoon to one and all. In the last class, we have learnt about education. For to calculate the quality of a population of a country, there are the two determinants which will be calculated. One will be the education, and second one will be the health. There. So in yesterday's class, we have learnt about education. So how the education is playing very important role in the in the giving of quality population for a country. What are the government policies are being implemented to improvise the um, education in our country there. So by establishing Sarva Shikshana Abhiyan, by establishing some Navodaya schools, Muraji Desai schools, the people those are afford those are unable to afford the education means they can take the admission in some certain schools by giving the entrance exam, and then they are able to till their PUC 2 as well as till their 10th completion they can be in that hostel, and they can have their education. So um, so that is why they in a yearly we will see the progress of education in our country. So same thing, to see the quality of the population, another determinant is there called health. Okay, so health is also important now. Even if you are not having any good health means, then how we will able to take the education from a country. Yes, so health is also very much important to calculate the quality of the population in that country, whether they are getting the good healthy people or not to do the work. They will see the foreign investors, the MNC companies, they will see all kind of skills, whether they are having good healthcare facility or not, whether they are having a good education system or not. Based on that one, they will try to establish their companies as well as their industries in our country. So to check out the quality of the population, we will use the two determinants there. One will be the health and second one will be the education. So about education we have learned only in the last class. So health, the firm maximize the profit. Do you think any firm would be induced to be employ people who might not work efficiently, healthy workers, because of ill health? So if any kind of firms are there means, if you are an unhealthy person and always you are frequently you're falling illness means, are you able to give your efficiency and hard work to that towards that form? No na. Yes, so health is very much important. The health of a person helps him to realize his potential and his ability to fight against the illness whatever he's been facing there. So an unhealthy person become an liability for an organization needed. So health is an indispensable base for realizing one well-being. So henceforth, improvement in the health status of a population has been a priority of a country. So proper health care helps to a person to realize his potential and his ability to fight against illness. If you are having a good immune system, if you are a very healthy person means, then frequently will not fall ill, as well as your body is ready to fight against the illness there according to the season. So the body will fight against your illness there. So the government national policy on the health aims to improvise the access of health care, family welfare, and nutritional services. So, to give a healthy atmosphere in a country means, the government under their policies they will try to improve the health facilities so that they can access the health care, family welfare also, as well as nutritional services for a country to give a good um, what we will tell, good health facilities to our country there. So over last 5 decades, India has built up a very vast health power required at the primary, secondary, and the tertiary sector in a government as well as in a private sector. So according to the activities, based on that one, the primary healthcare centers are being there, secondary healthcare centers, and in the tertiary sector also some health facilities are being given the people those are serving in the tertiary sector also. Okay, so to give a good healthy and atmosphere in the urban areas, we will see a lot of hospitals are being established, And in the rural areas, because they have to travel from one place to another place, some people will be not affordable to bear that transportation cost. So in the rural side only, they will establish the primary health centers so that they can get their correct treatment in that primary health centers. If it is a serious one means, then they will come towards the cities and nearby cities and town area. So over last 5 decades, over last years, last decades, the government of India has been boosted the improvised the health facilities in the primary sector, improvised in the secondary sector, and improvised in the tertiary sector there, and even at private sectors. The government is giving good health facilities infrastructure for the people those are working in this circuit in certain sectors. How, if I take one example, I think that you are working in a secondary sector, that is in a manufacturing industries. Okay, in what way you will get the health services means, the policy medical insurance will be done by the government, by the companies only. Okay, so that they can maintain your health, and they can give the good health facilities for you people. So for that one only, health insurance will be made by the companies at present situation, and some policies are being there which will be given by the government straight away to the industries, the people those are working in this area, so they can utilize this policies, this kind of facilities, and they can improve their health condition. So there are three prominent criteria to calculate the health, whether we are having good quality population in our country or not. So the results are, we will categorize on the basis of health into three parts. One is life expectancy. So has been increased over 66 years in 2011 from 26 years at the time of independence. So the life expectancy was lesser there before independence. So after the independence, whatever health facilities were being given in our country, and it has been increased there. Infant mortality rate, that is IMR, has been down 42 infants per thousand. So infant mortality rate means the child which has been born, so before 1 year, if they die means, that we will categorize under the IMR, that is infant means babies. This is mortality rate. So if you calculate 1,000 babies are being grown in that year, in that particular year means, only 40 to 50 babies are being killed due to the some diseases. So it has been decreased there. So in 2012, 147, sorry, it was the survey is according to the 2012 there, but in 1951 the infant mortality rate was been increased 147. Out of 1000 babies before 1 year only, 147 babies were been died there. So due to the improvise in the health care, now it has been decreased. So for 1,000 babies, only 40 to 50 infants, that is babies, are being died before 1 year. Okay, the babies which are being died before 1 year will be categorized under IMR. So according to 2012, out of 1,000 infants, only 42%, 42 infants are being killed before completing of 1 year. But it was been increased during the period of 1951. Nearly out of 1,000 children, 147 children were being died. So based by seeing the 1951 and 2012, we will see the health facilities for the babies has been increased. The life expectancy, according to the 2011, um, the life expectancy rate has been increased. Okay, you are getting the good healthcare facilities for the basic diseases only, and then your body will become to fight against your illness, and high tech technology are being used to cure your diseases. So that is why um, The lifespan of a person has been increased by improvising the healthcare facilities in our country. So crude birth rate is nothing but a number of resident live birth for a specific geographical area. They will calculate based on nation, based on state, or based on area. So according to that one, it has been dropped 22.1, and crude death rate to the 7. So within the same duration of time, so increase of the life expectancy and the improvement of the child care are the useful in accessing the future progress of a country. So by seeing these two, life expectancy and the infant mortality rate has been improvised because of health centers there. Okay, and children are getting a good nutritious food, and the people are also getting a good health facilities in our country. Okay, so there are many places in India which do not have even basic facilities. So there are 381 medical colleges in a country and 301 dental colleges. Just four states like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu have a maximum number of colleges to give a good healthcare facilities in their state there. So this is all about the health. So education and the health are the determinants to calculate the quality of the population in our country. So moving further, today I am going to discuss about another category of human as a resource, that is unemployment. Then what do you mean by unemployment then? The need of work. Okay, so unemployment is nothing but the unemployment exists when a people are willing to work. Okay, they are ready to do the work, but they are not getting the work according to their job. Okay, so unemployment exists when a people who are willing to work at the going wages cannot find the job. So the working place includes all the people from the age of 15 to 59 years. So under that category, we will categorize under the unemployment. The children, elderly person are not included in the workforce, so they are not considered as a unemployment. So the small children and elderly people, adults people, they are not categorized under the unemployment there, because they are the elder people have already worked and their efficiency has been decreased according to their age. So children are too small. How they will go and work? They are not having any kind of basic skills. So children and the elderly person will be not calculated under the employment. But the person who is willing to work but he is not getting a job means that we will categorize under the unemployment data. So, in case of India, there is unemployment in the both session in the rural areas as well as in the urban areas. In the rural areas, we will see the seasonal unemployment and disguised unemployment, and in urban area, mostly we will see the educated unemployment. So, in our country, in the both the sector, in the both the areas, we will see the unemployment is being existed in our country. So, this is the nature of unemployment. Then what are the types of unemployment then? There are several types of unemployment. First one is the seasonal unemployment. It happens when a people are not able to find the job during some months of a year. For an example, people depend on up, upon agriculture. Okay. So on a particular season, it will start the sowing as well as plowing. That time you are having a work. You can see one picture here. So this picture, a person is having, he is loving the farming, and um, according to the correct season, the farmers will start doing the agricultural activities from that season there. Okay, he will do the plowing and he will do the sowing at that period. during the rainy season, as well as during the winter season. If it is heavy rain is there means, during that period 2 to 3 months there will be a rainy season there, as well as 3 to 4 months will be the rainy season. According to that time, they some farmers, they will not do the work. Okay, and they will sit like a ideal during that particular month only. And afterwards, once again, after getting his final crop, once again the work will start, like harvesting, as well as cutting the crops and selling in the market. So in one, in another season he will get the work. Okay, so the people dependent on agriculture, during for a particular month they will not have a work. If this kind of work is there means, then we categorized under the seasonal unemployment. Okay, it happens when the people are not able to find the job during some months of a year. So in the urban areas, in what way? Even though in urban areas also we will see the seasonal unemployment. In what way? The people those are working in a construction. Okay, think that a construction industry took a project to establish one mall or a one apartment. So the carpenters as well as the workers, those who know the construction work, they will start working in that construction industry. So continuous raining is there in the urban area means, are they able to do the construction activity? No, they can't do the construction activity during that period. So what they will do during that, until the rainy season will get over means, the construction work will be shut down. Okay, for some time. So they will not find the job during that particular month or a particular period there. So that kind of employment, as well as that kind of condition, we call it as a seasonal unemployment. So for a particular, for a some months only they will not get the job. Afterwards, once again they will get the job, and once again the work will be starts there. Okay, so in the rural areas and in the urban areas we will see the seasonal unemployment. So next one is the disguised unemployment, when all the people appear to be unemployed, but the work required less number of a person. So that kind of unemployment, that kind of work, we call it as a disguised. For an example, a small farmer's entire family is working on his plot, although all may not be required to do so. Okay, with the help of one picture, I will explain. Okay, think that this picture is having a small hectare of land. Okay, like 1.5 hectare or a 1 hectare. uh, you can see the entire family, they are working in that 1 hectare only. Okay, so for that 1 hectare, 10 to 15 people are being, 6 people are being needed to do the work in that 1 small hectare of land. If a family, in a family, if they are having a 6 to 7 members means, all the 6 to 7 members, they will go and work in that field. Is it necessary to work in that small 1 hectare of land? No. So uh, the person those are engaging in this kind of work means, then we call it as a disguised. So in that small hectare of land, if you remove, think that 6 people are working. Out of 6 people, if you remove the 3 people away from that work means, we will not see any kind of changes in that land. Because in that land, if the 3 members are working means, it is enough, they will get the full, they can give their full work, as well as they can work. So remaining 3 people will be there na, you have removed. So those people we call it as a disguised, because they are not having, simply they are working in that sector. If you remove from that sector means, there will be no effect on that work. Okay, ಒಂದು ಹೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಒಳಗ ಉಳುಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದ್ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಒಳಗ 7 ಜನ ಇದ್ರು. ಆ ಏಳು ಜನ ಅಥವಾ 6 ಜನನು ಆ 1 ಹೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಎಕರೆ ಜಮೀನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತಿದ್ರ, ಒನ್ 1 ಎಕರೆ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾಗ 6 ಮಂದಿ ದುಡಿಯೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಲೆಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಹೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಜನನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ 3 ಜನ ಏನ್ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಗೈಸ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನೀವು ಆ 3 ಜನನು ತೆಗೆದು ಬೇರೆ ವರ್ಕಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು ಸಹಿತ ಆ ವರ್ಕಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, this kind of unemployment is there in the rural areas. Okay, even though they are having the small hectare of land and require less number of person to do the work, all the people will engage in that doing that work there. So that if such kind of condition is there in that country means that we will categorized under the disguised unemployment. So next one is the educated unemployment. Most of the educated unemployment we will see in the urban areas. Many young people with the matriculation, graduation and the post-graduation degree are unable to find the job. So this situation leads towards the educated unemployment. Think that you are getting a degrees. Okay, this is the picture, and you are getting the degrees. You are being graduated from one university as well as you have having a certain skills, but outside the situation is very worst there. Even though you are educated, you are not getting the employment. So that kind of an employment we call it as a, if you are not getting a job, even though you are educated means that we will categorized under the educated unemployment. So in the next session, I am going to explain about what are the causes of unemployment and how to come out, what are the effects of unemployment, how to eradicate the unemployment from a country. So in the next session, I am going to explain about these terms. I hope today's class you have understood regarding the unemployment as well as the health, that is the determinant to determine the quality of the population. So if you are having any kind of doubt, just pin your question in the group so that I will try my level best to sort out your problem. So signing out, have a great day. Bye everyone.